expenses can sometimes feel like they're just getting out of control. And, this thing's breaking, that thing's breaking, and what happened to last month's income.
Right.
How do you as a company kind of help out your property owners to keep things under control and while still maintaining, the good quality of that property so it's not losing value in its condition?
Yeah, I think, two comments on that. And I think one of them is that at first it comes to mindset. And when you're speaking with new real estate investors or people who maybe have one or two homes or a duplex, sometimes they're not thinking about it as an investment fully or a business fully. So they say, man, I had to contribute $300 to my property account this month because the rent got eaten up with some repairs, or, maybe they're in a situation where they're actually, I used to deal with a lot of clients who were upside down on their home. And we'd be able to rent it out for $1,200, but their all-in monthly cost was $1,300. They're saying, God, this is obnoxious. I'm putting $100 into this thing every month until I can get the rent to come up over the next couple of years. And thinking of it as an expense is the wrong way to look at it in my mind, because it's an investment. And the question generally back to them is, well, how much money you put in your 401k? How much money are you putting into your investment accounts every month? Oh, well, like $1,000. Well, this is an investment, right? And over time, you're going to get that money back. But you can't let it frustrate you and say, hey, I'm going to get out of the game because it's costing me some money. And so obviously if you're buying it as a true investment, you're not going to buy something where your rent's not covering your expenses every month. But it's a good example of how that mindset works, where oftentimes you might have a month where you had to replace some big components in the home or systems, and you do have to put money in it. You got to look at it as less of an expense and more of like, hey, I'm investing in my investment. I'm putting more money aside that's going to be compounding over time to be worth more. So I think the mindset's important. But then it comes down to just really ensuring that you're on top of things, meaning when there is maintenance that has to be done in the home, that it's being done in a quality way so you're not going to have to fix it again 6 months later, that we're getting the best pricing we can from our vendors. And I think that's one of the benefits of using a larger property manager is we can oftentimes buy down the maintenance costs by talking with our handymen, our plumbers, our general contractors, painters, whatever they might be. Say, hey, we're going to give you millions of dollars a year of business, but in return, we need a 20% discount. But you don't have to market for us. We're going to pay you on time, all these benefits to a small business owner. And they say, hey, that's fantastic. Steady income coming in. I'll give you a 20% discount all day long. And that discount gets passed along to our clients. And so being able to almost group buy things helps keep those expenses low. And then I think also really understanding and doing good inspections. So a good move-in inspection on the property and a good move-out inspection, so you can compare the two and understand that some of the repairs or rehab costs you might have to do on a turn can easily be deducted from a security deposit if it was tenant damage, but you have to be able to prove it really, really well, or you're not going to win those cases if it goes to court. So just being diligent on that move-in, that move-out, and understanding if it's mid-lease and something comes up, it may be the tenant's responsibility, and you have to have one of those difficult conversations with them saying, hey, your kid was hanging on the mailbox and the mailbox tipped over, like, you got to fix it, right? That's not my responsibility. And those little things all start to add up and can really reduce that monthly expense.
Yep. I think that's huge. Ideally, the property's income should pay for all of its expenses,
right.
But that's not always the case, especially if you have, high capital improvements in a specific month.
Right.
So just changing your mindset, like you've talked about, to think about the property as an investment, not as, just something that's going to pay you all the time.
Right. Ideally, your property is going to cover all the expenses, but there are going to be those months or those years where it doesn't work out that way, especially if you've had the property for a long time, because you have to invest in keeping it up. But again, that's money you're going to get back when you go to sell the property because it's been improved. And so again, it's not necessarily an expense. It's not cash you're never going to see again. It's cash out of your pocket. That's never fun, but it's something you're going to hopefully get back over time.
Yep. Want to hear more on this topic? Click the link below for the full episode of Maximizing Your Property Value.